The story of the three trapped men in cave. Abdullah ibn Umar narrated, انطلق ثلاثة نفر ممن كان قبلكم حتى أواهم المبيت إلى غار فادخلوه. Abdullah ibn Umar says, three men amongst those who came before you set out until night came and they reached a cave, so they entered it. فانحدرت الصخرة من الجبل فسدت عليهم الغار. A boulder fell down from the mountain and blocked the entrance of the cave. فقال بعضهم إنه لا ينجينا من هذا الصخرة أو إنه لا ينجينا من هذه الصخرة إلا أن ندعو الله بصالح أعمالنا. Then one of them said, nothing will save us from this difficult situation unless we supplicate to Allah by virtue of a righteous deed we have done. And according to the first guy among them, he says, اللهم كان لي أبوان شيخان كبيران وكنت لا أبغ قبلهما أهلا ولا مالا. Thereupon one of them said, Oh Allah, I had parents who were old and I used to offer them milk before any of my family and servants. فنعي بطلب الشجر يوما فلم أره عليهما حتى ناما فهلبت لهما عبقهما فوجدتهما نعيمين. One day I went far away in search of grazing and could not come back until they had slept. فكرهت أن أيقظهما وأن أبقوا قبلهما أهلا أو مالا فلبثت والقدح على يدي أنتظر استيقاظهما حتى برق الفجر والصبية يتغاضون عند قدمي. I hated to disturb them. I also disliked to give milk to my family or servant before my parents and my children were crying out of hunger at my feet. But I awaited with the bowl in my hand for my parents to wake up. فاستيقظا فشرب غبقهما. When my parents woke up at dawn, they drank the milk. And the guy said, Oh Allah, if I did this for my parents to seek your pleasure, then deliver us from the distress caused by the boulder. فانفجرت شيئا لا يستطيعون الخروج منه. And by the infinite power of Allah, the boulder moved slightly, but they were unable to escape. And according to the second guy, he says, اللهم إنه كانت لي ابنة عم كنت أحبها كأشد ما يحب الرجال النساء فأردتها على نفسها فامتنعت مني. The next guy said, Oh Allah, I had a cousin whom I loved as a man loves a woman, or as a man can love a woman. I wanted to have an intimate, in other words, sexual intercourse with her, but she refused. حتى علمت بها السنة من السنين فجاءتني فأعطيتها 20 و100 دينار على أن تخلي بيني وبين نفسها ففعلت. Had prayers in a year of famine, and she approached me. I gave her 120 dinars on condition that she would yield herself to me, and she agreed. فلما قعدت بين رجليها قالت اتقوا الله ولا تفضي الخاتم إلا بحقه. And when we got together for an intimate relation, she said, Fear Allah and do not break the seal unlawfully. The man said, فانصرفت عنها وهي أحب الناس إلي وتركت الذهب الذي أوتيتها. I moved away from her in spite of the fact that I loved her most passionately, and I let her keep the money I had given her. Oh Allah, if I did that to seek your pleasure, then remove the distress in which we are. فانفجرت الصخرة غير أنهم لا يستطيعون الخروج منها. The boulder moved aside a bit further, but they were still unable to get out. And according to the third guy, he also said, اللهم استأجرت أجراء وأعطيتهم أجرهم غير رجل واحد ترك الذي له ذهب. The third guy also said, Oh Allah, I hired some laborers and paid them their wages except one of them who departed without taking his due. فثمرت أجره حتى كثرت منه الأموال. I invested his money in business, and the business prospered greatly. فجاءني بعد حين فقال يا عبد الله عد إلي أجري فقلت كل ما ترى من أجري من الإبل والبقر والغنم والرقيق. After a long time, the guy came to me and said, Oh servant of Allah, pay me my dues. I said, all that you see is yours, camels, cattle, goat and servant. فقال يا عبد الله لا تستهزي بي فقلت لا أستهزي بك فأخذه كله فاستقاه فلم يترك منه شيئا. He said, Oh servant of Allah, do not mock me. I assured him that I was not joking. So he took all the things and went away. He spared nothing. And the guy said, Oh Allah, if I did this seeking your pleasure, then relieve us of our distress. The boulders slid aside and they got out walking freely. Believers in Allah, after the three men implored Allah to do their righteous deed, done sincerely for His sake, they were able to get out of the difficult situation, which indicates the virtue of sincerity, ikhlas, to Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala assisted His dutiful servant even when all the worldly means were cut off. The boulder was huge and no match for the three men, but Allah is all powerful, almighty. Believers in Allah, let's ask ourselves, what deeds do we have through which we can implore Allah, and what have we saved for the rainy day? Indeed, righteous deeds done sincerely for the sake of Allah are means for relieving distress in this world and the hereafter. So every believer should strive to rectify his intention and perform his deeds solely for the sake of Allah.
We are Quran edisua de mo amon kwala bre monti we sua karatu na afi na mpesa musua ana mo amon kwala ofie na mpesa musua Quran easy no enti wonya so Quran ni se ya be bia pesa usua no udi si ho a be kan ama wo
qalu ma lana la narani
wo hu sanete no esa translate Quran e be kire tajwid ansana e will different voices bebre Abdul Basit Shuraimo ene mishawi mu na wo so ansana books ahodo ka ho aye be kire alif ba ta tha ruqiya ene abakwa semene mpai bo bibia ewom won charger won earpins pack nti ni nna no numbers na wo screen so so fa na ofra na mebua wonsa ebetumi aka mi 0540697541 and 0530520090 your office wa Accra abelempe oba wonsa beka bi sana baby awo Ghana ha bia no enema me de kire ni na no unya oda ye besande ama mo outside Ghana nso nyame adom na mo fra mo nsa betumi aka we educational prayer mat we sajada nemo we electronic sajada sa electronic sajada we bia won kwala ofie na pesa mo nsia sala ya sa sajada no akwala na gina so pe eno abai ikama o my speaker o sajada ni mo eno abai ikama na eno akinkan fatiha ma na eno asa akinkan sura ma akwala ne koruku ade obeka ama no sujud de obeka ama no atahia bibia we salary empire bebo nyina sa prayer mat we be chero we yemfa nya sala nemo mgedusua kwane ye be fa so a ye be sala ansa na mo so a mo pe natural pie ho ni ewo papa no nyame adom Islamic Center Mujahid channel yankase ye ewo we 5 liters ansa na ye wo 2.5 liter ewo wa we ya na ye nti ebetima ahye wo se eye 100% organic ewo korje we na medium size no ana we na enketo mu ni na baby a wo Ghana ha bia no ofre a won sa betimi akabi ansa na mo pe incense burner we electronic incense burner edition incense ebia wo shop ofie na pese ho enye hwama na so pese wo shi incense spiritual a ofra no akasa mala Mujahid ye spiritual incense ne bi ye de beka we hu ama na ayemfa so bebre e de ama ansa na mo nkwala a o moko school na o madusua sem enko yie no mekamfo sa ewo we mamo ewo ayede nyoma ho do afra en ruqiya akwala o ko school sua de enka ne tirim obi o wa wure fe beberebe bo mo de ma onsanka we bi enye nkwala nko ampenifo yina timita fere bi we ye fahami adusua duru no eti baby biara wo Ghana ha bia no o frɛ numbers na o screen so na nyame adoma wonsa ebetumi akanye and then we na pen drive no aya kyerɛ Quran ase abatwi mu ene mpaye ahodo nyina ya kyerɛ ase abatwi mu ni na video audio ansa na ruqiya e o pen drive so say na dware efunu e o pen drive so say na dware janaba ni na o pen drive so abusia for mo hwe use case asimanim ya a special designer omaye for Quran edam we a full Quran we sajada an edam no we so digital tasbih ye de afkar we so normal tasbih ye de afkar na we no omaye special for obia opese wo che obia de kwan so nko so kra anase bia obia obeware na oyere request for BBC asada kino utimi de ka ho anase mo be lefe no wo betimi de we aka mo lefe ho de ama oyere a very nice package papa ansana ye won nketwa nso ho bia na wontimi nto akase na nketwa ni ye wo kales ahuru bebre e wo ha nketwa ni ansana akase no so ye wo kales bebre e wo ha mo pa black seed no nyame adom yankase ye black seed ne bi commission se black seed no shifa and liquid da ayarasa de mayare bia ofre ya kire yare ye ha ye be kire onyama hodo do be kan we hu nyame adom a inshallah ayarasa betimi ayawo de and then mo amo yare na mo pe treatment Islamic way no so mo frame a nyame adoma ye bebo mo na motimi atwiti mo yare bia ha mo bia Islamic way yes your Islamic way special nkomhyɛni Muhammad sallam wakyerɛ sɛ yɛn nsa yadeɛ nti wonya frɛ yɛ a ma yɛhu no yare yɛ haw yɛbɛkyerɛ treatment a wo sɛ woyɛ and then aduro yɛde bɛma wo so yɛ tibbi nabawi prophetic medicine a komhyɛni Muhammad sallam wɔde gya yɛn and then mmarima no a mo koko yare mo sisi wotaa complain sɛ wo sisi yɛ wo ya and then mmarima mo ayɛ mmerɛ this is your medicine yɛwɔ dua bi yɛde bɛka ho ama wo wobɛhyɛ dua no na wanom powder no wode bɛfrɛ kube nsuo ana enkwan ana tin nyame adom bɛbɔ adwuma sɛ fiada mpaebɔ nneɛma hodo a mede kyerɛ yi na obi a wopɛ bi atɔ no yɛ office wa Accra belempe na mmom sɛ wonni Accra na wopɛ nneɛma de bia frɛ 0540697541 anaasɛ 0530520090 baabi a wɔ Ghana ha biaa yɛbɛsan nneɛma mo a mo abɔ kyiri nyinaa nso nyame adom nneɛma mede kyerɛ nyinaa no mofrɛ a yɛbɛposti ade abrɛmo
abusuafo efidie kotami ya electronic incense burner yɛhyɛ no wɔ dem wɔ adwuma mu office ɛde pamo honhombɔne ɛsama dem ehwam wiye papapa yɛwɔ incense no nkoa wɔ hɔ ane ɛwɔ burner no nkoa wɔ hɔ emu de opɛ biara nyame adom wo nsa ebetimi aka baabi a wo bia fa number na ɛwɔ screen so ne frɛ nyame tumi mabɛ mfa so bebre wo a wo ba a akwada no honhombɔne wɔ no so ana wankasa wo feeling sɛ honhombɔne gyina wo dem ana ebi wɔ so a bɔmɔde na hye wo dem anopa ansa na wo bie wɔ adwuma no nwumera so pon no wahye bi bɛyɛ akyiwade ɛne ade a meshi honhombɔne akyiwade ɛne ade a meshi ne bɔmɔde ma wo nsanka baabi a wo biara fa number na wo screen so ne frɛ nyame ade ma wo nsa betimi aka bi